Hey, how you guys doing? Mr. H here with you. Episode number 100 of Planet Earth. And naturally, it's got to be on May the 29th, the anniversary of the fall of Constantinople. Yep, great timing there. So 1453, 29 May, Constantinople falls. 23 major sieges. Withstood all of them. Not going to count 1204. They're in the Fourth Crusade. And Constantinople finally falls. The Byzantine Empire at this point was basically just the city of Constantinople and somehow holding most of the Peloponnese. Not sure how we pulled that off, but as you guessed, the empire is pretty much going downhill. And with the fall of Constantinople, purists will rightly claim it's the real end of the Roman Empire. Of course, at this point, they're speaking Greek. It's basically Greek now. I don't know why the Hagia Sophia is over there in the back. I mean, I know why the Hagia Sophia is back there. I don't know why they're minarets. It's kind of strange. Just noticed that. But nonetheless, Constantinople, with its impressive fortifications, finally falls in 1453. And what's the game changer? You guessed it. Cannons. Finally start blasting away, knock down the wall, and get in. If you've seen Lord of the Rings, same concept. It was created by a Hungarian guy. Look at that name, Orban. Isn't that a surprise? They could only fire this cannon, the sources say, 4 times a day. Some say 5, some even say 6. But, you just throw a big enough rock and start smacking a hole in that wall. You start pouring in. Nothing you can do. There's only about 7,000 Byzantine defenders at the time left. And that's counting Italian mercenaries, including a guy named Giuseppe Justinian, oddly enough. But what's the Turkish force attacking? It's got to be at least 100,000 people, man. Somewhere between 100 and 150. Point is, how long can they withstand this kind of a siege? They're cut off completely. They withstood a siege in 1492, but they're back in 1453. Did I say 1492? 1452. And now they're back in 1453. There are too many numbers running through my head right now. About 8 o'clock in the morning on May 29, 1453, the Turks finally come in. So it's over pretty much, the second they get in. There's nobody left really defended, people just surrendering. And it's early enough in the day where, 9 o'clock, start of business day. You got plenty of time to rearrange the office furniture, move the plants around, maybe even get a new head, for the letterhead, So, like I said, the fact that Constantinople held out until 1453 is basically a miracle. Being run by Greeks, and they're monumentally stubborn, so maybe it's not as much as a miracle as I thought it was. Wink, wink, nod, nod, say no more. Personal experience. The final emperor, Constantine the 12th, Constantinos 12. I just realized that's Terry Bradshaw's number. We're not sure what happened to him. The sources say he went down fighting with his men. Other people say he escaped. We don't know what happened to him. I don't know. Maybe he's opening a chain of pizza shops somewhere in the Northeast. Not really sure. But Emperor Constantine the 12th is the last Byzantine, or if you want to go, Roman emperor. Yep, that's right. I'm named for this guy, Constantine. Steadfast, loyal, and a 12th one. Yeah. If they'd gotten a 13, that'd been cool because that's a Steeler victory over the Cowboys, Super Bowl 13. But 12, Terry Bradshaw's number, that's not bad either. And if you say Tom Brady, your money's no good here. Get out of here. All righty, think about Sakatoris. Yep. Now, this is kind of the old schoolish picture. This is from the 90s, early 2000s. People start looking at the remains. This is the ancestor of Triceratops and everything. Mainly in Asia, around Mongolia area. People started looking a little bit more closer at the remains, and they discovered something interesting. Right? It's another view of it, maybe a little bit more upright. This is without the horns from the side of the head. Like I said, it's paleontology. Someone's always arguing about something. But the thing somebody noticed was the tail. If you take a close look at that tail, look like spines. Have you been to the Carnegie Museum of Natural History in Pittsburgh? We got an awesome display over there. appear to be spines on the back of the tail. What are these spines? Are they like a porcupine spine? Are they feathers, perhaps? If they're spines, kind of a strange place to put them. But if this is the ancestor of all ceretopsians, maybe all ceretopsians have spines too. Right? It's what it probably would look like. Now, if the spines are further up the tail, I don't think it's for like swatting at somebody, some kind of display, mating display. Not really sure, but according to those fossils, they seem to actually exist. This is the direct descendant of Sacator. This is Protoceratops. First ceratops, right? You can definitely tell Triceratops come from this guy. Lived in about the same area afterwards, obviously. Maybe that had the spines on the back of the tail, too. Not really sure what before, but, you know, hey, if the ancestor had it, maybe the descendant has it as well. And if we just keep going down the evolutionary tree, maybe Triceratops had spines on the back. And those look like real spines. So it's already tough enough for T-Rex fighting this thing. You gotta avoid the horns in the front, and then you try to attack from behind, you got the spines, so you have to go behind the frill. It's gonna be like a precision attack over here. So I'm starting to wonder if chasing after Triceratops is just way too much trouble, you know? Here's another picture of it. I kind of like this green and red. Now, I don't know how many spines. This looks like a porcupine almost. Maybe it's just along the back. Maybe it's just the tail. Maybe it evolved to something like this. Like I said, if you're T-Rex, you're looking at this thing, man. Oh, head-on attacks, bad news. Coming directly from behind. Got those spines pointed right at you. You have to come from the side and slightly from behind to get behind the frill and get the neck of this thing in one shot. You know, just can't just go on and order out a cheeseburger in the middle of the Cretaceous period. That's just a cool picture. Kind of a little bit of an old school view of Triceratops, but I kind of like it. They lived in the western part of North America. Looks kind of like present day. I mean, that could easily be the Canadian Rockies somewhere, you know? Just large reptiles and the pterosaurs flying around. Probably a bit warmer, though, but nonetheless, doesn't look all that different. I've been rambling on a bit today, so let's talk about the UFL, man. Coming down the final week of the season, week 10. Orlando is in the playoffs at 7-2. We got St. Louis right behind them at 6-3, and defending champion DC Defenders, they've lost 3 in a row. They're sitting there at 5-4. So we got Louisville at 5-4 and Birmingham at 4-5. They got a chance at the 4th and final playoff spot. The way it works in the UFL is top 4 going to the playoffs. 1 against 4, 2 against 3. The winners will be headed off to D.C. for the championship game in Audi Stadium. Meanwhile, Columbus, Dallas, and Houston are all out of it. It's not going to matter what they do. But Columbus has come on strong. They've lost some games, but they've been close. Dallas and Houston, I don't know. They just not look good all year. In the final week of the season, we got Dallas against St. Louis. St. Louis is already in it, so I'm not sure if this game's going to mean a lot. We got Houston and Birmingham. Birmingham needs to win, and they need Louisville to lose, though I think they have the tiebreaker. I'm not really sure how that's working. Orlando and D.C. are playing each other, probably going to meet each other in the playoffs, so kind of hard. How do you go about this game? Do you go with everything you got, or you don't want to tip your cards because you're going to see these guys in the playoffs, maybe even the championship? That's always tricky. And then Louisville's playing Columbus. Louisville needs to win to get in. Columbus, they're not going in this year, but they have fought very hard every step of the way this year. So you guys have a fantastic May the 29th. If you go to a Greek Orthodox church on May 31, yeah, that basket's coming around a third time, man. You're going to hear all about the fall of Constantinople. But, you know, 23 major sieges, man. 23-1, not bad. Reminds me of the New England Patriots back in 2007. Won every game and then lost in the Super Bowl. Still, 1,000-year run. Maybe even further if you count the whole Roman thing. Not bad, man. Not bad at all. You guys have a great day, and I will see you later. Das vidanya.